Hey guys, thanks for watching How to Do Everything, and today we have a Photoshop tutorial. We're going to be introducing you guys to Adobe Photoshop CS3 and just giving you a quick walkthrough of the software and navigation around different parts and windows in the software. So we'll start off by the most basic function, which is just opening or creating an image. And to do that, you're going to go File, and then you're going to see New, Open, Browse, Open As. So we're going to go New first. And you're going to see we have this window that pops up, and we can name our project, and we can choose a width. You can go inches, centimeters, millimeters, plenty of things. Pixels is probably the most common. We'll go 1000 by 1000, and color mode, scale, things like that, right? So the most popular is just, you're just going to mess with your width and height. Sometimes you'll mess with grayscale or CMYK, things like that, but for the most part we just stick RGB 8-bit. We're going to hit OK, and you'll see now we have created a new blank canvas that is 1000 pixels by 1000 pixels. So we'll close out of this, and now we can go to the Open, which is very similar to any browser. You can see there's a lot of formats that Adobe Photoshop recognizes and is familiar with. If you keep all formats selected, you'll be able to see everything. We'll just open this picture here. There we go. So we've got our picture open, and we have a background layer. And this is your layers toolbar, channels and paths, right? Channels, you have your color channels, your red, green, and blue. You can deselect or only view some of them. It's pretty cool, right? You can take out some colors, whatnot. So then your layers, you can see here is going to be your stack of layers. You can create a new layer. I'm just going to go through this real quickly. You can create a new layer here. We'll call it layer 1, and you see, boom, it populates right above this. And if you have another layer, we'll create another one real quick, and layer 2. And now once you have multiple layers on top of the background, you can actually arrange these layers, turn off the visibility and on the visibility, change opacity and fill. There's a lot of things you can add, layer styles, whatnot. Next we have the color window. This is your color selector. You can bring up this, which I'm sure a lot of you guys are familiar with. It's your typical color selection window. It also gives you I call it a drop tool, or I don't know, whatever you want to call that tool. And you can choose colors from across the image, and it'll populate them into your color selection toolbox. The next window we have is the navigator window. It's kind of a overview of what you see in your window. You'll notice if I zoom in here on this wheel, watch what happens in my window. You see how I'm showing that red box right there? That's going to tell me where I'm at in the window. And then you have your various toolbars here, paragraph and character, spacing. You also have your layer compression, right? Your brush toolbar, brush selection, some presets you can set, history window, and an actual history. And then if we go over to the left side here, well, first we'll do this. This is your actual palette that you're going to be working on. You can see we're zoomed in here, so we can click the zoom bar and go fit on screen, and it brings it back down. You also have a little bit of a ruler, a grid ruler, and you'll see the image is always on 0, 0. Next we're going to have our tool palette, which is right here. You see how you can click these windows and drag them around. This is going to give you your different tools that you can work with in Photoshop, your selection tools, your image adjustment tools, your fill tools, eraser tools, brush, pencil, text toolbar, selection, magnification, your color selection, things like that. Then at the top you're going to have your individual toolbars that are going to change based on what tool you actually have selected. So right now we have the magnification selected, so you'll see these are my magnification options. If we select this tool here, you see we have this. If we go to the text, you see we get a text toolbar where we can adjust bold, font, our text size, different alignment adjustments. Then we have some text, other things. Once you actually get text, this will ungray so you can use it. And then our text color toolbar. When you get things like your paint toolbar, you can choose your brush size. You can also go in and pull different brushes out of it. You can also click this right here. Opacity, flow, blah, 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 mode. You can add some different features to your brushes. Selection toolbar, you can select, add to, subtract from. You can feather your selection so you're not actually grabbing a hard edge. You're grabbing like a faded or a blended edge. So that's a pretty quick navigation of the functions in Photoshop. Your file menu, where you can do things related to the file saving. Your edit menu, which is going to have to do with undoing. You can do some transforming with different things. A lot of your rotate, scale, flip horizontal, perspective, warp, distort, things like that. Image, as far as colors and sizes of the image, canvas size, image size. Layer styles, this is going to have to do with the individual layers that you see over here. You can add features to them. Masks, you can do some, let's see here, where's this? Render, I think that's under filter, yeah. So you can do some cool stuff here with different filters. Add noise, right? You can do some lens flares and lighting effects. Add texture, sketch patterns. View, this is going to have to do with like your snap and your grids, and you can add guides. Like if I want to add a guide, boop, we can add a guide, and then I'll pull off of this. Where is it? I can move my guides. Let's see here. There we go. Right, I can move my guide. These are edges that you can snap to and draw images based off of, but they're not going to show on your saved and final image. That's pretty nice. And you can clear them. Go ahead and deselect that. And of course the window tool, where you can see your actual windows and toolbars that you have. And yeah, that's pretty much it. That's just a quick navigation of Photoshop so you guys know your way around the software. This will give you enough information to where you can start playing around and start trying to learn some of the features Photoshop has to offer. If you want to find out more about Photoshop, be sure and check out some of my other videos where I do tutorials on the different tools and features in Photoshop. And I hope you guys subscribe and check out some of my other stuff. Plenty of how-to and tutorial videos on a variety of different subjects. So take care, guys, and we'll see you in the next video.